What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It's truly appreciated. As you see the ticker right there, great win by the Knicks. Great win by the Knicks. 122 to 108 over the Charlotte Hornets, which moves the Knicks to now 8-5 on the season. Amazing win, man. Amazing win by the Knicks. You know, games like this is really what you do as a team. Period in the story. Like when if you're kind of having a back-to-back like this, right, which is huge. You kind of want to see where your legs are at, right? If your legs are weak, if you're not able to just give it your all, right? But what I saw tonight is I saw a team that was ready to go. Was not overthinking things, was not too fatigued, shall I say. They're starting to get their NBA legs. That's what I saw tonight. They're starting to get their NBA legs, and guys like Randall and Brunson are setting the tone. And then everyone else is following suit. We also saw the return of R.J. Barrett. He looks good. A little sluggish, but, at moments, he had moments, you know what I mean? I thought he was going to play a lot worse than what he did, but, he had his moments. So I'm not too worried about him. I think he'll be fine coming back around, but it was good to have him back in that starting lineup, right? GZD, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming by. Juice Caesar, what's going on, too, man? Appreciate you guys coming by so we could talk this Knicks talk, man. Great win tonight. So it was good to see RJ back out there. But I had a feeling we was going to see him, you know what I mean, after he was on TV, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of showed him a couple of times. I said, okay, they're going to make RJ available. So it was good to see him. Today felt like a total team win. You know, what I'm noticing about this team is just the camaraderie that's being built here, right? Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming by. I like the camaraderie that's being built here, man. You know, guys are starting to know their role, and we're looking like a team, like all together. Like, guys are feeding off of each other. Guys are identifying where guys have the hot hand, and they go to those guys. Guys understand that, okay, if they made a bad play, let's get back. They're rotating well defensively. Big Mitch is a beast. Listen, man, look. One thing that can never kind of get miscued, right, with scoring points is the importance of defending and rebounding. Period. That's one thing Thibodeau does understand. That's one thing that will never change with basketball. You got to be able to defend, and you got to be able to clean up the glass. And that's what we have. To limit a team like this, or any team, to no second shots, and to give your team 2 or 3 shots at the basket to score with offensive rebounds is unprecedented. I mean, that means you're going to probably be one of the elite teams in the league, right? When you're able to do that on a night in and night out basis, give your offense that's as potent as we are from 3, right? We'll go down the numbers in a second. Extra chances to score. That changes everything. So hence, while we were able to put up 122 points, look how many opportunities we have to score, man, when a guy misses. Because of Mitch and Randall sometimes crashing the boards. You got Josh Hart, of course. You got RJ crashing the boards. DiVincenzo with his hustle, right? So that changes everything. That changes everything when it comes to hoops, man. If you could defend and you could rebound, you're a very tough team to beat. And if you could score the ball at a clip that we could score it at, we're going to be a tough out. That's why I told you I don't fear Boston. I think when we're rocking and rolling, and we got everybody firing on all cylinders, I think we're going to be a tough out for anybody. Okay, Juice said, we came in and handled business on the road like we're supposed to. I was thoroughly impressed by those 2 victories overall. You know what? I have to agree with you 1,000%. That's what you do. If you consider yourself one of the top teams in the East, if you're coming off the season the Knicks had last year, making it to the second round, which I felt they could have made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, this is what you do against teams like this, man. Teams that are not on your level, this is what you do. You take care of them. You blow them out. At no point in this game did I feel like the Hornets had a shot of winning. At no point in last night's game against the Wizards did I feel like they had a chance of winning. That's what you do to teams like this. Period. And I said the same thing last night on my live. And Drew, to your point, you come and you handle business, man. That's it. That's it. And we get them out of here. We don't play any games with a team like this because a team like this will beat you. Especially with Bridges coming back. This is his second game back. As you saw, he saw glimpses. You saw glimpses of how good he could be. Taking it to that Baja on Randall. Randall was having a hard time checking him. He was. And Bridges ain't really fully back yet. So he's the goods. Trust and believe he is. And when he starts rolling, they're going to be a good team. Because I also saw the rookie. I think it was Brandon Smith. I think that's his name. Kid out of Alabama. He looks good too, man. He looks really good. So they're going to be tough. You know, a young team, they're going to be tough. But the Knicks did what they do, man. You listen, this is what you got to do to a team like that. You impose your will. And that's what I loved about tonight. Jersey D said Dante's showing that Warriors ball. Yeah, man. Great game for him. Yeah. Money making Mitch. I'm telling you, man. He changes everything. Brandon Miller. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Yeah, he looks good, man. Looks good. Another 3D wing, right? Long kid. What is he, about 6'8", 6'9"? Can shoot. Can penetrate. He's tough. You can see it. You can see the potential there. So they're going to be good. They're a good young team. They're going to be good, right? They got a lot of nice pieces over there. But the Knicks, you know, we have a couple of guys that are in their prime, and we have guys on the rise. So we're gonna be, we just flexed our muscle tonight, man. That we're a better team, and also too we're a better team because we have better camaraderie, right? Guys know their roles. Like you don't have guys trying to do more than what they're supposed to be. Like Mitch is not trying to take 15-footers. He's down there banging, rebounding, blocking shots. He knows his role. Randall, when he senses the small guys on him, like I've always been stating with him, he takes it down to that Baja and he punishes him. That's what he should do. And then he passes out the double team to an open three and the guys knock it down. That's the ball game. It's so easy. And then if they don't double, you take that guy to the Baja, you get busy. And that's the ball game. And Brunson beats Brunson. You don't change Brunson. Let Brunson do what he does. Great win. Great win. Guys, we started off shaky this year. Now look at our record, man. 8-5. 8-5 right now. Because we're handling business. As you should. With teams like this. Because I talked to you guys yesterday. I talked to you guys about the stretch that we're coming across. So we're gonna face some tough teams coming up. So we got to be ready to go. But I think wins like this and games like this, in building the chemistry with guys, I think this is going to help the Knicks big time, and especially against a lot of those bigger, tougher teams, because guys are going to play really, really well. I love what I'm seeing for Randall, man. I love what I'm seeing from him. He's looking like an all-star, man. Listen, and I'm on him. I get on him, but he's looking like an all-star. Because he's making the game simple, man. He's making the game easy. The game is not hard. Anybody that's played understands how easy this game is. If you got a smaller guy on you, you don't shoot a jumper over him. You take him at Baja, you punish him. If they come double, you swing the ball to the open man for a three. That's it. It's very simple. And if a guy's doing what he's supposed to be doing, meaning practicing his jumper, he should be able to knock it down. And then you got a guy like Brunson that can do what he does. Right, then you got lunch pail guys like Hart that can penetrate, drive, play defense, rebound. Like I said to you before, the only thing we're missing is a 3D wing to kind of come off the bench to spell RJ and to spell Randall that could really help out. That's the only thing we're missing. But I love what I see. That Villanova DNA, man, is like kind of like spilling over into the team because guys are defending, man. Even Randall, Bridges scored on him a couple of times. He started playing defense on him. He started denying the ball. You got to love that, man. You got to love that. So the camaraderie is building. We're coming together as a team, and you got to love what you see. You got to love what you see. Okay, so Gravity says DiVincenzo's ability to cut to the basket off the ball and adds a whole new dimension to our offense. Gravity, listen to me, man. I said it last game. Grimes better watch out. I said it. Did I not say? I said this, guys. I said this earlier in the season. Before, when DiVincenzo wasn't really playing, he was kind of shaky, but I could see it, man. I could see what he brings. Grimes better watch out. I would not be surprised. And I said this earlier. Go back and watch my shows. I would not be surprised if by January, if the Knicks are still solid, but Tibbs is like, you know what, let me try DiVincenzo in the starting lineup. Let me see what that looks like. Because remember, if you guys don't know, you guys got to do your background. DiVincenzo and Brunson are like the best of friends, man. They're like the best buddies. They were roommates together at Villanova. Dante talks about how he used to follow Brunson all over campus. And Brunson kind of like, took him under the wing at Villanova. Things like that you can't coach, man. Those type of relationships you can't coach. That's winning DNA, man. Those guys know how to play the game, man. And they feed off of each other. And the reason why I stress that stuff is because when you build a brotherhood like that, you don't want to let the other guy down. So I'm not going to let my guy beat me, or I'm not going to not be ready for a pass because I know they depended on me, just like I depend on them. It's a real thing in sports, man. I'm telling you, I lived it. It's a real thing. And you really, really go out there and really, really try to play hard for your brothers, for that brotherhood, man, that locker room. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the support. I'm seeing the love. I'm seeing all those things going on. These guys are feeding off each other. I don't see no arguing. Randall's even keel. But I think Randall's even keel because of Brunson. And Josh Hart and DiVincenzo and that Villanova DNA. Winning championships. Those guys know how to win and play basketball. Last season when we don't, I'm going to go back for a little bit. Last season when Brunson was out with injuries, Randall started spiraling out of control. But Brunson levels things, man. And now Randall could be Randall. Randall could just play ball because he knows who he has. And he respects these guys. And now these guys are performing at a high clip. You saw DiVincenzo tonight? 7 for 10 from 3, man. He's just 70%. And he's cutting to the basket and he's defending. I'm sorry, listen, Grimes doesn't look like that. Okay, we've seen Grimes for a couple of years now. He does not look like this kid. He doesn't. I know what my eyes see. Grimes does not look like this kid at all. I'm sorry. I like Grimes, a good player. He does not look like what this kid can do. I'm just being honest. Jesus D said, next 2 games are going to be big ones. We'll truly see how the Knicks roll. Absolutely. Absolutely. Juice Caesar says, to be honest, I wasn't too keen on the DiVincenzo signing. I thought it spelled the end for IQ here, but now I have to admit that it was a damn good signing. He looks like he needs to be in the starting lineup, right? He does look like he needs to be in the starting lineup. He does. He does, man. He does. GZD, I think the chemistry with Brunson and Dante will have an effect on Dante's performance in the future. Absolutely, GZD. These guys are tight, man. These guys are super tight, man. You got to understand that when you have great relationships off the court, that makes things easier on the court. It does. Because you depend on each other. And then they could like pull each other's coattail more than anybody else because we know each other. We know each other. We're really tight. So we feed off of each other. The DiVincenzo signing, this is strictly a Brunson thing, man. Brunson is the crown jewel of what the Knicks want to do. He's the piece. Yes, Randall is important, yes, but Brunson is the piece. That's why they brought in Josh Hart. That's why they brought in DiVincenzo. This is all for Brunson, man. He's the golden goose, okay? Okay, Jesus D said, I think it has and will help him with a smoother transition. Absolutely. Drew says the chemistry between them two is undeniable on the court between Dante and JB. Absolutely. High IQ winning players. Absolutely, man. That's what you want. That's what you want. You want guys that know how to play the game, and it's spilling over into Randall. Randall's making smarter plays with the pill. Sometimes he does Randall stuff, but he's making smarter decisions with the rock. He's understanding when to take his shots. He's in flow. Like, you don't see, Randall doesn't look like he's unsure. And then they're taking the ball out of his hands. Gravity said Grimes is in big trouble. I said, look, Gravity, I've been saying it. He's in big trouble, man. Listen, you heard it here first from OV Live. Grimes is in big trouble. And see, people think I'm saying like, okay, he's going to start Grimes, he's going to start DiVincenzo tomorrow, even if Grimes is ready. No. It's going to be a gradual thing. Because even now, guys, let's pay attention to what's going on. When Grimes starts, right, he starts. But when he gets taken out, does he come back in? He doesn't come back in. DiVincenzo comes back in. You know, Tibbs never wants to take Josh Hart out the game. So the next time you see Grimes after he gets taken out of that first unit is the start of the second half. You don't see Grimes again. That's every game when we're fully loaded with our whole lineup. Grimes doesn't get, DiVincenzo's getting more minutes than him some nights, man. A lot of nights, actually, excuse me. And Josh Hart gets more minutes. Josh Hart gets starter minutes. So trust me, Grimes is in trouble. Because Thibodeau wants to win, man. He's trying to keep his job. Like, let's be clear. He realizes what he has here. He has a really, really good team. And if you notice, Thibodeau has a lot of guys that fit him, like fit what he likes to do. Josh Hart, nose pail guy. DiVincenzo, lunch pail guy. DiVincenzo, lunch pail guy. Josh Hart, lunch pail guy. Brunson, even though he doesn't play great defensively, he takes charges, right? He's in there. Then you got Big Mitch, is a lunch pail guy, right? Even Randall gets gritty, right? Think of the pieces. IQ is a perfect representation of Tibbs. He loves defensive guards like that can score and at a baseline to baseline. That's what IQ is. Even when IQ is off offensively, what you know you're going to get is defense from him. Killer Dog, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming by rocking with your boy, man. I see you flexing. I'm flexing too, man. Big time win tonight. Big time win. We definitely flexed our muscle on them boys tonight, man. But this team fits Tibbs. Like, this is, like, think about it. Outside of maybe Brunson, or maybe even RJ, get the RJ. Is there anybody out there that can't defend? You know, Randall has his moments, right? But this team, like, think about it. It's a gritty, hard-nosed team. Physical, rebounds on the glass. Even iHeart, right? Look at iHeart is like Bill Laimbeer 2.0. Physical. Grind it out. No one wants to play the Knicks. Nobody. We are tough out, man. Oh, look who came through. Listen, everybody, man. Everybody give big shouts, big thumbs up to my boy coming through, man. Knicks Nation. Everybody, please subscribe to the channel. He's doing big things on Twitter and all that. I've been on his show. I'm definitely going to try to get him on mine. My guy does big things over there. What's going on, man? Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with your boy LV, man. Big win tonight. Big win. Knicks Nation, you didn't hear me, man, but I said it. Listen, Grimes is in trouble. DiVincenzo is looking like the goods, man. He does it all. And the way we look tonight offensively, I'm not even worried about RJ. RJ's dealing with whatever's going on with him. I mean, Knicks Nation said the big ragu. I heard Wally say tonight, said Dante's Inferno, man. The flamethrower. I like that. I like that. Dante's Inferno, the flamethrower. Flamethrower. I love that. He fits like a glove, man. Listen, man, I'm telling you. Listen, I mentioned this. Listen, man, I would not be surprised, right? Knicks Nation. Everybody go subscribe to him, man. Like I said, my boy's doing big things, man. Please, please, please go over there, man. Those guys do great work over there. I said this earlier. I would not be surprised if Tibbs makes a change. If Tibbs makes a change in January and says, you know what, I think it's best. Especially if, because Grimes is, listen, Grimes is not playing much, right? I mentioned it. He comes in the first quarter. He gets subbed. He doesn't play the rest of the half. He doesn't play the rest of the half. Tibbs might bring in the starters, but if he brings in the starters, he sometimes keeps an IQ or Josh Hart at the 2. You might see Grimes coming in for a little bit, but that's it. Grimes is not playing that much, people. You guys got to pay attention to the rotations. So this is a slow drip here, man. Pay attention to where he's kind of getting weeded out, and he's going to wind up coming off the bench. Because DiVincenzo's coming in, man. He's not taking a backseat to nobody, man. He's coming in. First of all, you saw the banger he had last night off the re. You saw the way he's shooting tonight. He's not taking a backseat to nobody, man. And that is a wrong guy you need on your team if you're trying to fight for minutes. Because he's not coming in. He's being unapologetic about it. He's like, yo, man, I'm coming in. I'm doing me. I'm not, Grimes seems a little shaky at times, especially when he gets the pill. Right? But DiVincenzo's coming in just playing his game, even through mistakes, because he makes mistakes. He's not perfect, but that doesn't stop his intensity. He still defends. He still rebounds. He still gets steals. Then he'll come down and hit a 3. Then he'll come down and get a block shot. Like, look at what he brings. Some guys, they stop playing well. Some guys aren't hitting their shots. They stop, not playing well. They start not playing well. It's just with some players. Some guys, it doesn't rattle them. It doesn't. DiVincenzo doesn't rattle him. So I'm just saying, these are just things that I'm paying attention to. And I'm kind of seeing just how things are flowing with us, right? Yeah. It's just pay attention to that, guys. Pay attention to that. Killer Dog said it might suit Grimes to come off the bench in quick anyway. Yeah, it might suit him. I mean, I think Tibbs is going to play it a little bit. He's going to give Grimes a chance to fight for it. But I don't know. DiVincenzo is the flamethrower, right? I love that. He's coming, man. He's trying to get his. Juice says Grimes honestly never belonged in a starting lineup. The kid's a competitor, but been over his head as a starter, and it's always showed. Wow. Over his head, huh? I think Tibbs loves how he defends. He likes that. But hey, man, listen, man. Next man up. I mean, you got to play the best guys. This is nothing personal. It's business, right? This league is business, so it's not really anything personal, man. You got to put the guys out there that are better ball players. Period. And I think that in doing that, the team starts to identify with that too, right? Because you got to go with who's got the hot hand and who's playing well at this point. The worst thing that happened to Grimes is he got injured. That's the worst thing, because now you're giving a guy like DiVincenzo more minutes, and you see what he does with it. So how do Grimes is not RJ, right? He's not a star on the rise who's averaging 22 and a half. He ain't that. And he's not making over $100 million and was your number 3 pick. He's not that. So even though RJ was out for a week, RJ's still the guy, right? We understand who Star J is. So it don't matter. If Brunson's out, we know he's coming back. He's not losing his spot. It's just different for Grimes. I'm just being honest. And I'll throw this out there too, guys. Take a look at this, right? Just pay attention for a second. Based on this play by DiVincenzo, correct? Does this change how the Knicks see the whole IQ situation? Do they decide to say, okay, you know what? We'll give him the money. And we won't re-sign Grimes. We won't give Grimes what we thought we was going to give him because we have DiVincenzo now. Do the Knicks do that? I believe they picked up Grimes' option, but what I'm saying is they don't decide to extend him for a long period. They decide to take some of that money they're going to give Grimes and give it to IQ. Because they have DiVincenzo. It'll be very similar to the situation that worked out. Excuse me, not even worked out. It'll be very similar to the situation that happened to Obi. When they drafted Obi, they thought Obi was going to be this and be that. But Randall came out of nowhere and started playing good in his second year. They say, whoa, let's pump the brakes on Obi because, we got an all-star here with Randall. This seems like this could be the DiVincenzo Grimes situation. Where we're ready to sign Grimes, but whoa, look at DiVincenzo. Look what he's doing. Let's pump the brakes on Grimes. Maybe we can move that Grimes money over to IQ. Knicks Nation said, if we make the switch, can Devo defend like Grimes? Remember, Grimes is mainly in there for defense. Here's the thing, though, Knicks Nation. I agree with that. It's a great point, as always. What I'm saying is this. You see him defensively, right? He's solid. Grimes might have an edge on him. He might have an edge. But is it that much of a drop-off? DiVincenzo's solid over there, man. Solid. But he could score at a better clip than Grimes. He's a better slasher, cutter to the basket, and that three ball is, what Wally say? Flamethrower. Flamethrower. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a great point, but I'm just saying we're not really losing much defensively. It's not like it's a drop off, like big time, like okay, it's not like a big drop off like Fourier. It ain't like that at all. It's a small drop off, but not that much. Like you could deal with it. I'm just saying. I threw it out there. Everybody think about it. Knicks Nation, you can steal us if you want. You can put it on Twitter, but just give me a little bit of props, man. Because you're a big dog over there on Twitter. I'm still trying to get my feet wet over there. It's a little all right, but you swimming in tsunamis over there in Twitter, man. I'm doing big things. Do we decide to swing that money that we want to give Grimes to IQ and let Grimes walk and keep DiVincenzo? Drew said, you know my stance on IQ, bro. They are getting IQ out of here by the trade deadline. Drew, IQ's not going anywhere. IQ's not going anywhere. Dante was brought in here for insurance for IQ. IQ is a valuable asset in a trade. Agreed that he is a valuable asset in a trade. IQ's not going anywhere. I think they might switch their scope based on what LV Live is saying. That they are going to possibly now change their view and say, instead of getting rid of IQ and trying to bring Grimes along, we can let Grimes walk and give IQ that money. Keep DiVincenzo. Keep IQ happy. And now we're rolling. You heard it here first, LV Live. I think that's a possibility. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at these numbers, right? Let's take a look, okay? Let's break it down. Okay, Randall was big tonight once again. 8 for 17, 2 for 5 from 3, 3 for 7 from the free throw line. Not too good. But once again, Randall close to a triple-double as well. 6 boards and 7 assists. One thing we still got to work on with Randall is the 4 turnovers, but we understand that that's Randall, right? But we can live with that. Big Mitch was a monster again. As usual, like I stated, lunch pail guy, bruiser, just a beast, right? 4 points, so what? But he had 4 big blocks, 1 assist, but 14 rebounds. You ready? 3 defensive, 11. I said it, 11 offensive rebounds for Big Mitch. He was a monster in them boards. Listen, man. Money making Mitch, man. Getting that money, man. Harlem all day. He is getting busy in that Baja. Jalen Brunson was Jalen Brunson. He almost played 40 minutes tonight, which was big. But he was 12 for 21, 4 for 8 from 3. Another game of shooting about 50% from 3. 4 for 4 from the line. He's legit. 8 assists for Brunson and a big 32 points, man. Brunson is back. Okay, anybody questioning Brunson, stop it. Okay, Brunson all-star team this year, probably starting in the East over Halliburton. I said it. Let's do it. Okay, DiVincenzo, 28 minutes, 9 for 12 from the field, 50% for him. Excuse me, over 50% from him. And then 7 for 10 from 3, 70% from outside the arc, right? Shooting from the parking lot, 25 big points. 3 steals for DiVincenzo, 3 assists, 3 boards, 1 block. I mean, look at those numbers, man. Grimes is not putting up numbers like that. I said it again. Grimes is not putting up numbers like that. I'm sorry, he's not. When has Grimes' stat line ever looked like that? Never. And I love Grimes. I do, but we got to be real. It's the return of RJ Star J Barrett. He's back. 5 for 15, not too well. 1 for 5 for 3, 4 for 5 from the line, which is fabulous still. 15 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, 3 boards. Slow game, but RJ's kind of getting his footing, right? But still 15 points. Still was solid from the free throw line, which is big for him because he does draw a lot of fouls. That's what we want to see. Big I Hart is big again as usual. He's 15 minutes, 1 for 2 from the field goal, from field goals, 50%. 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 100%. But 7 big boards as always. 4 rebounds. I Hart's a monster on them boards. Josh Hart being Josh Hart, right? Stat line filler. 7 points, 3 steals for Josh Hart. 4 assists and 6 rebounds, and IQ being IQ, 4 for 11, 0 for 5 from 3, came down to earth a little bit today, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 9 points, 5 rebounds. But altogether, look at the Knicks numbers, man. Shot 50% from the field today, 43% from 3, 16 for 37. One thing we got to continue to work on is these free throws. 14 from 19, 73%. I really want that number higher. But altogether, the offensive efficiency is explosive. And defensively, we're just dominating, right? Listen, the Knicks are rolling. Knicks are rolling. That stat line is, I mean, look at what I just read off, man. MBIC, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming by, man. Oh man, he said let Grimes walk. He said you guys are losing it. MBIC's back in here. Okay, so Drew says Grimes was never going to get anywhere near the money IQ was going to demand on an open market. Agreed. Next station says as soon as they signed Dante, Grimes was the odd man out. He'll be included in the package for someone. Love Grimes, but like you said, it's business. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Killer Dogs, Grimes is not suited for the system. He'll go somewhere and flourish. I think he is suited for his system, Killer Dogs. I do, because he could defend. But the problem is he doesn't do the little things. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't get a lot of steals, if you notice, right? And one thing he doesn't do, which I think he should do more of, he doesn't slash to the basket. Like, cut. Like, you're standing out there on the three-point line, cut. Randall's going to find you. They're going to give it to you. He doesn't do that. He doesn't attack the rim. He does, everything's just 3. You see what I mean by DiVincenzo? DiVincenzo doesn't change his game because he's out there with RJ and those guys. He doesn't. He attacks. He plays ball, man. He ain't scared because RJ's out there. Listen, I'm gonna do me, man. I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna let the game come to me. If I'm open for 3, I'm gonna shoot it. If I'm cutting to the basket, he plays winning basketball. Just play the game, man. One thing I can't agree with Tibbs, I don't really like the Tibbs speech. One thing Tibbs does say is that the game will tell you what you should do. And he's 1,000% right. Anybody that's ever played hoops, I have in high school and college, I've said it thousands of times. The game will tell you. It'll expose you too. Whether you're a scrub or you're the man. It will. Period in the story. Whether you're getting busy today or you're getting your ass busted, it will expose you. That's how the game goes. It's real like that. So we just got to be real about this, man. We have to be. Drew says IQ won't be happy because he not only wants to get paid, but he wants to be a starting role in the league. I agree with that. But I do think there's some place, Drew, in this basketball world where IQ wants to stay in New York. He's closer to home, DMV. You saw his mom out there last night. He looks just like his mom too, man. You could see it, and that might play a role. Right, so if he goes somewhere in Texas, I mean, of course he'll probably bring his mom with him or whatever the dynamic is. I don't know, but there's nothing like playing close to home, right? That was what Josh Hart stated that he loved, was he's close to home, and DiVincenzo said that was a big part to why he came to the Knicks, because he's close to home, right? So that could play a role. And here's the thing: if the Knicks are rolling, let's say the Knicks go really far this year, and IQ's a big part of that. Would he want to change things up? I wouldn't be shocked if he signs a good deal, the Knicks give him the money, and he stays with the Knicks. Kind of similar to how they built everything over there with the Warriors. They kept everybody together, man. So I won't be surprised. I do agree. I did say that about the starting role. But now with this Grimes situation, this can get interesting. Very, very much so. Okay, NBIC says, how many of our draft picks will we let walk and help other teams? Good point. But Grimes has got to go, man. If he's not pulling his weight. I'm not saying trade Grimes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if he ain't, listen, man, we got to play the best guys. I'm sorry, we're trying to win, man. We ain't here trying to make guys feel better. We're trying to win. Okay, Brunson won't be in. See, I couldn't even finish it because NBIC. Here he is. He's back again. Shooting dud shots, man. That's what I'm going to call them. The pellet guns. Come on, man. Brunson won't be an all-star. Stop. He's 5'11" and injury prone. A point guard that plays a shooting guard. It's the Hornets. Don't get gassed. Here we are. He's back. He's back. He was missing in action the other day. Yeah, I saw you wasn't here, NBIC. He's missing in action. He's back now. Fully loaded. Ready to go. Brunson and Tibbs and Randall Hader. He's back. Killer Dog says, when does height make a difference in becoming an all-star? Killer Dogs, that's a fabulous point. Height doesn't matter. It doesn't. If you get busy, you get busy, man. This is hoops. No one cares. Ask Tiny Archibald. No one cares. Okay, NBIC, not everyone is poised to play in the assistant coach system. He doesn't make plays better. If you want to see a coach who makes young players better, look at Houston in their first year. Okay, are we speaking of Udoka? Are we speaking of him? Speaking of the guys he's the guy that almost blew up Boston because he's got other issues going on in the office, the front office. We ain't gonna really get into all that, but we know what Chuma Udoka was doing, right? We're talking about him developing players. He's the wrong guy you got to bring up right now. You got to leave him. Don't even bring him up. Gravity says NBIC is back in rare form. He is back. He's back ready to go. He missed a day. He was out on lunch. He might have been in Dubai someplace, but he's back ready. He said, LV, I'm coming with the Thunder today. Even though the Knicks won 122-108 and Brunson back-to-back 30-point games. He had 31 last night, 32 tonight. He says Brunson's not an all-star. He's 5'11". He's injury-prone. He's a scrub. That's basically what NBIC is saying. Fire Tibbs. Fire everybody. Even though the Knicks are 8-5, they almost made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. He thinks the team sucks. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it through and through. You gotta love it. In NBIC's world, the Knicks stink because they got Tibbs. That's the only reason. I don't know if he knows Tibbs. I don't know if they would, they hung out together. I don't know if they got issues. I don't know what's going on with him and Tibbs, but he hates Tibbs. Even though the Knicks are winning, he hates him. He wants Tibbs gone. He wants him gone today, tomorrow. Even though the Knicks win the finals, even if the Knicks win a championship, he says Tibbs has got to go. NBIC, we won a championship. So what? Tibbs has got to go. Great win tonight, man. Great win, great win, great win. GZD said, I don't think the Knicks think. I just feel like some pieces need. No. GZD, we're not talking about you, sir. Person that's in here know what we're speaking about. But we got love for him. We got love for him. He's part of the crew. He's part of the LV Live crew. We got love for him. You ready? It's the Jay-Z lyric. Ready? It's like the drunk uncle in your family. You know he's lame. You feel ashamed, but you love him the same. This is what it is. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. NBIC, first year in the NBA Finals, all business. The assistant coach has never made it to an NBA Finals as a head coach. Listen, you're 1,000% right. You are. But I love what we're doing, man. We look good, man. We look good. You gotta love it, man. This is our team. We look good. You gotta admit that. GZD said, I think the only problem is Randall. Okay, listen, man. We know Randall's a roller coaster. We know it. We understand what he is. We understand what he does. We understand the frustration that comes with Rand. We know it, man. We know it. But he's playing good, man. He's our all-star. He's our guy. You got to love him right now. No need to just kick him while he's doing good. Okay, I'll say this. He was stinking it up in the beginning. I was on him. I did a video on it. I was on him. But he said, listen, man, having ankle issues. They wanted me to sit out. I didn't want to sit out. I believe in the way I do things. I believe in putting in the work. I'll be better. And I have to be honest, man. Right after he said that, he turned it up. And he was better. We got to give the guy his flowers, man. We can't kick him when he's doing well. We got to be honest about it. This is New York. This is New York. Well, listen, this is how we are, man. Listen, if you're doing good, we gotta give it to you, man. We gotta let you know you're the man. But if you're playing like shit, you know we're gonna hear it, man. You're gonna hear the boos. We're gonna let you have it. We are. That's New York. Whether you're from the Bronx, whether you're from Harlem, whether you're from BK, whether you're from Queens, Long Island, Strong Island, Staten Island, it doesn't matter. You're gonna hear it. But he deserves love too, man. He's balling out, man. You got to give him his props. Okay, so Killer Dogs, here he is. I mean, not Killer Dogs, excuse me. NBIC, here he goes. Knicks don't stink. Brunson isn't a scrub, but we won't win in the playoffs. We won't win in the playoffs. Why? We got busy in the playoffs last year. Brunson became a star. He was a star. He listen, what he did with the Mavericks, he really solidified himself, right? But when he came to New York and he did it, listen, man. You see this? This is the heaviest jersey in the league, man. This is heavy. This feels like we're 20 tons. Any other place in this country, outside of LA and maybe Miami, on a Tuesday night, there's nobody in the arena. Nobody. Some arenas are hard to fill up on a Tuesday night. They get tickets, but it's not. The Garden is packed to the rafters in February, like it's the finals. Everybody's there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the finals or if you're playing a game in January when it's freezing out. The Garden is filled to the rim and the stars is there. Everybody want to see you. It don't matter if it's a Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, Friday. It doesn't matter. The Garden is the Garden. This is the heaviest jersey to wear. And what I'm saying is it's the pressure that comes with playing here. And you saw what Brunson did in the playoffs last year. That it doesn't faze the kid. It doesn't faze him. He's a star, man. Period. You got to love what he did last year in the playoffs, man. Jesus D said, I think the Knicks are in a sticky situation. I think this play style is contradictory and has its proven bad and big moments. But the Knicks won't and can't get rid of him for anything valuable. I think they can get rid of him for anything valuable, but they don't want to, man. Why would they? You saw him tonight, man. He's a matchup nightmare. When Randall's rolling, he's rolling. It's just, he's just a roller coaster, man. I get it. But when he's rolling, man. He's hard to stop. He's like an 18-wheeler, man, going downhill. That's what he is when he's rocking and rolling. But when he's like, I don't know, man, he's something going on. He ain't there. Remember last year, he had the guy meditating to him in the ear, talking to him. You know what I mean? I don't know what he was saying. I'm still trying to figure out what he was saying last year. He was like this with Randall. Randall had his eyes closed. I said, yo, man, he's putting him in a trance. In the city, we don't like stuff like that. Yo, man, we whispering, man. Speak up. He's whispering to Randall, man, so I don't know what he's saying. I don't know, man. What y'all think? Point being is that's how far you got to go to get this guy ready to go, man. Period. Randall is good without the pressure on him, right? Absolutely, MBIC. That's why Brunson is here. To take that pressure off. Killer Dogs, LV, didn't we win? Yeah, we won the playoffs last year, man. Come on. The only reason we didn't show up was Randall's ankle. And it turned out to be true. So I can't really say he was faking or whatever. He had surgery. It turned out to be true. And also, too, let's be clear, guys. IQ is not exempt from that neither. He was missing in action in the playoffs last year. Period. Our six-man of the year or potential six-man of the year was non-existent in the playoffs. He was shook. So he played a big part with that too. Don't get on RJ because Star J was the man in the playoffs. Got to take the good with the bad. Absolutely, Drew. Jesus, I think the bad outweighs the good in big games. Absolutely, Jesus. In all honesty, the only thing that holds me back with Randall is the playoffs. I think he's had 2 strikes and a third will cost him. That's a good point, Jesus D. That's when you make your money, man. Period. In this league. That's where you make your money because that's when you really see who's really a good basketball player. Because now, I've said this before, in the playoffs, they take away all your moves, man. Like the moves you was doing in the regular season, they take that away. So that first move that you do all the time, they take that away because defenses are locked in. So you got to be a player that has a third, fourth, fifth move to adjust to and that's what the great players do, man. It doesn't matter what you do, they can still score. So that's what Randall's got to figure out. Because the playoffs, the intensity steps up, man. And he's got to step up with that. And that's what Brunson did last year. He carried us, man. We could have went to a Game 7. He carried us, man. We lost in 6. If we would have had the 7th game back at the Garden, we're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. We are. And we had that Game 6. Brunson almost won it for us by himself. He was giving us the game in Game 6. So we're close, man. We're close. Okay, Juice says, if we get back to the second round with this roster, that's the step in the right direction. 2 years, the first round after the 3 years of futility is definitely a damn good season. Eastern Conference Finals is a pipe dream. I don't think so. I don't think it's a pipe dream. I think we can make it, man. I think we can. The East is not loaded like that, man. It's not. It's top heavy. We're better than the Heat. We're better than the Cavs. I also think we're better than Philly. I think we are. I don't think it's hard, man. I don't think it's hard to make it easy. I don't think it's a pipe dream at all. NBIC, we beat JB. Don't call me Bernie Bickerstaff. Come on. What real coach will be beat in the playoffs? He hasn't beaten anyone of value in his whole tenure as head coach. Name the coaches the assistant beat. NBIC. We love you here, man. We do. But this Tibbs thing, man, it's got to go, man. You got to let go of Tibbs. Let him go, man. We're looking good with Tibbs, man. We are. We've been in the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years with Tibbs. You got to give it to him. You got to. And this year we're looking good. We gotta give Tibbs the benefit of the doubt. This team has looked good, man. We're way better than what we thought we would be. And he's putting pieces together that has this team looking like a team. Yes, Tibbs is not perfect. I know that. We've all known that. It was rumors of him getting fired until he made that change and went to that 9-man rotation. But we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I like what I see, man. I do. Remember before we were all complaining? Knicks Nation, I'm glad you're here still. Because I want you to chime in on this too. Because we did shows, you remember. Tibbs, you got to play the kids. Tibbs got to play the young guys. Tibbs is playing all the old guys. He's got all these guys in here. He's got, I forget the kid's name, man. Who was the kid they traded to Detroit, man? I forget his name, man. They had him playing the point. They could have had IQ playing the point. They was complaining. Now he's playing the kids. The kids are playing. The kids are playing. And look what we're doing. He played the kids. He changed things up, and look what happened. You come on, man. You got to give him that. Knicks Nation said the only team that's significantly better is Boston. Knicks Nation, great point, man. But I think we give Boston problems, man. I think Boston caught us sleeping a couple of times. The first game, Randall wasn't ready. Brunson neither. Monday night, we didn't have RJ, and that hurt. We get RJ, I like to see us at full power against Boston. I truly do. I'm watching the game, man. And listen, Tatum went off for 17 in the fourth. I think. Listen, man. I'm telling you. I think we get Boston. I think we get Boston a lot of problems, man. Boston doesn't want to see us because we're getting better, man. We're getting better. And their bench got lucky that night. Those guys don't really get busy off the bench like that. Hauser and them dudes. Trust me. Okay, NBIC, here we go. Do you know how long it took the assistant coach to win games against Spo in the playoffs? I know. But we got to believe, man. Got to believe, man. I bleed this, man. Blue and orange, man. I've been doing this since Trent Tucker, man. Trent Tucker hitting threes, man. I was a young dude back then with my pops. So, yo, who's that guy hitting threes? I was there with Bernard King. I was a young cat. Getting busy against the Pistons, 1-6. I was there, man. Young pup. So I bleed this, man. Juice says Philly is not standing. Boston, Philly, and the Bucks all have to go get guys. Agreed, man. Agreed. Alec Burks. Yeah, Alec Burks, Drew. Yeah, man. He had Alex Burks running the point. Come on. That's how far we've come. Alex Burks is gone. Everybody totally forgot about him. Killer Dog says Spo had an all-star team when he started as well. Absolutely. Spo was gift-handed an all-time great team and won 2 championships. Jesus said, I think the Knicks are a 5th seed, maybe a 4th. Who? Okay. I give you Philly. Who's better than us? Where? Who else? Don't even say the Cavs. Don't even say the Cavs. Don't even say Miami. Who's better than us? I don't think they are better than the Celtics, Bucks, Heat, and Sixers. Oh. Do you know the Heat basically lost everybody from last year? Yeah. We're going to give the Heat a lot of problems this year. A lot of problems. Trust and believe. Because they have they have nobody for Brunson. Nobody. Mitch is a monster in that middle. You don't understand what Mitch has done to change. He's so much of a better player, man. He's understanding the game. He's a monster in the middle. He changes everything with the rebounding. That glass changes everything. Do you understand? The offensive rebounds and the defensive rebounds, that changes everything. It takes away second shots for the other team, and it gives us more shots. It's huge. He had 11 offensive rebounds tonight. 11. It's still the NBA, guys. It's still the NBA. I don't care if it's the Hawks. I don't care if it's the Hornets. I don't care if it's the Wizards. I don't care if it's the Grizzlies. I don't care if it's the Spurs, the Rockets. I don't care. It's still the NBA, man. Those guys aren't bums. They'll come to your church league and give you 80, okay? 80 points they'll give you. So you got to respect the dudes out there. He had 11 offensive rebounds tonight. He's a difference maker, man. Here we go, NBIC. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, NBIC. Let's do it. You want to go there? Let's do it. Okay, he got rid of Cam and Obi. Have you seen what they are doing on their teams? We are a way better team with those two. You know, let me tell you something, man. You guys ever been in relationships? I'm sure all you guys have, right? Everybody's had a girlfriend. Have you ever told your girl, you know, it's better that you go on without me because I think you could do better without me. I'm not good for you. We're not good for each other. But I care about you, though. But we still good, though. We still good. It ain't working, man. But I want you to be happy. I think you'd be better with somebody else. And you both flourish in life. But you just realize that this relationship or marriage is not meant for either one of you. But you guys are good, though. She's a good girl. She's just ain't for you. That's what this is, man. That's what this is. They're doing good. We're doing good. Everybody's happy. Come on now. Drew says, we really need real length on the perimeter to compete with Boston in the series. Regular season is one thing. The postseason a whole nother animal. Drew, I agree with you. That's why I told you the one thing we're missing is that 3D wing. If we can get that, which I think the Knicks are searching for, they are. But once again, like I said, those guys are expensive, man. They're expensive. They're like Bentleys and Lamborghinis, man, and Porsches. And them things don't go on sale. You ever seen a Bentley on sale? You ever seen a Lamborghini or Ferrari on sale? It costs what it costs, man. And that's what these 3D wings are, man. It costs what it costs. These guys are highly expensive, and every team knows it. So if you want one, teams are gonna be like, "Yo, man, I know what you need, but yo, B, we want this." Are you willing to give it up to get it? Heat are also on a 7-game win streak. Listen, the Heat is solid. I'm not denying that. But we're different, man. We're a different team now. And I think what separates us is Mitch in that middle. And then having IQ and guys like DiVincenzo, that changes everything. Because you got to understand, DiVincenzo, I saw something tonight, man. I said, whoa. If this guy can be this consistently, and I'm not even talking about 25 a night. I'm not saying that. But if he's given anywhere between 10 to 15 points off the bench, you add in IQs like 11 to 20, you know how he get. We're dangerous, man. Siakam is a free agent next year. That would be a good pickup. But Siakam's going to want to start. So you put Siakam at the 3. Put RJ at the 2. Brunson at the 1. DiVincenzo off the bench. Let Grimes walk. Keep IQ, Hart, and iHeart. Now we talking. Now we talking. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Randall at the 4, Big Mitch. Siakam, RJ at the 2, Brunson at the 1. IQ coming off the bench. We give him a big deal. DiVincenzo off the bench. We let Grimes walk. iHeart and Josh Hart. Filthy. Filthy. Spend the damn money. We got it. Leon, stop window shopping. Drew, I like your intensity, man, but you're 1,000% right. You're right, man. We got to spend that paper, man. We got to spend that paper, get a 3D wing. We got to move Grimes' money over there with IQ, let Grimes walk. And I think we're locked in. I think we're locked in. We need a 3D wing, man. We gotta reach out to somebody who's willing to give up a young player because they have too many 3D wings. People, they just holding on to them, man, because they know their money. They know they listen. They know they're expensive. They know, yo, man, we're just gonna hold on to them. Guys don't even be playing. They be on the bench getting like 5 minutes. And they could be over here with the Knicks rocking. The Pelicans got them all. Toronto's got them all. They're being stingy, man. Where is the superstar, Rose? Okay. I think this is the biggest thing you guys have to understand, right? This is real. Give you real talk. How many superstars are in this league? I want you guys a number. Give me a number. There's not that many, guys. Right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Everybody together. Come on. Joker. Joel Embiid. That's 2. Kevin Durant. That's 3. Who else? Kyrie Irving. Luka Doncic, right? So that's 5, right? Devin Booker. That's 6, right? Steph Curry, right? 7, right? Who else? Kawhi Leonard, 8. Let's name 8 guys. I'm talking about a superstar. Is Spider a superstar or is he a star? I think Spider's not a superstar just yet. He's a star. He's on the rise, but I think he's a star. I'm talking about a superstar. A superstar. A guy that is the guy. A superstar. I don't want to talk about a star or a rising star. Tatum. Okay, Tatum. That's 9. LeBron James. He's not even a superstar anymore, man. He's an icon. Okay, let's get him out of. Come on, get him out of here. Greek Freak. Okay, that's 10. LeBron is still a superstar. Yeah, he's bigger than a superstar, though, man. LeBron's an icon, right? So it's 10, just 10 superstars, right? I'm just saying, it's not that many of those guys, man. So who? And the guys that I just named, a lot of them are aging stuff. Knicks Nation, man, listen, you rolling. See, this is why you got to come to LV Live Show more often, man. See, you got us rocking over here. My man said Randall. Now, he know that's going to blow the gasket off of everybody. They're going to go bananas, right? See? So, guys, we just named 10 of them. And out of those 10, right, you got a lot of guys that are like aging stars. Like, they're not like on the rise. Like, they're like kind of done. Steph Curry's he could play. He's almost done, man. KD is almost done. Thomas Banks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming by. I just saw you, man. Hope all is well. Right? So, you threw in LeBron James. LeBron is finished, man. He's an icon, but I'm just saying he's not coming to the Knicks. What I'm saying is, who's coming? Is it that Leon's holding him for what superstar? Listen, man. Who's he gonna be able to get? The only one out of that group that I just named, who I think the Knicks have a good shot at getting, a superstar. Earl, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. Nice to see you, Earl, man. Also, too, guys, real quick, man, if everybody's coming through, man, see guys are rolling, and I appreciate everybody coming through. Please hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Out of all those guys, right, let's be honest. Who's coming to the Knicks, man? No one's coming, man. These guys are getting old, man. These guys are in their 30s. Now, if we want to talk about stars on a rise, that's a bigger list. That's a bigger list, right? Those are a lot of guys on the rise. That's when you throw in Spider, you throw in SGA, right? Guys that are on the rise, that are in their prime, mid-20s. Dame Dollar, he's superstar. He's finished. He's done, man. He's not coming to the Knicks. Jimmy Butler, he's finished. These guys are like, how old was Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler was playing with Derrick Rose back in Chicago. That's how old he is. I'm just being honest with you. Joker's not coming to the Knicks, man. He's not coming. So I'm just throwing out there to just saying, like, who else is really coming? Hey, what's going on, my team? My guy Tim's in here. Fight on, man. You guys aren't USC fans. I'm a big USC fan, man. You know what I mean? I got family and friends who went to SC. So I'm like how can I say? I'm trying to think of the right words here. I'm like a Trojan at heart. Kind of like an adopted Trojan. I must say, but that is my school through and through, man. College football, anybody know college football, man? Let's do it. Big time school, Heisman trophies. We are the pinnacle. We are the pinnacle. Okay, that's my college football rant. But I'm just saying, guys. So we really got to be honest about who we're gonna get. We're not gonna get who we think we're gonna get. We're just not. Are we gonna get Anthony Davis? We're not getting him. He's not coming here. So we have to be truly honest with ourselves. So yes, Leon was a superstar, but that's not gonna happen, man. So we got to be real about who's coming here. And who do you want? But back to what I originally said, who I think has a good possibility of coming here, CAA guy, Devin Booker. I said it. Devin Booker. Who's a current superstar right now that I could see coming. I don't think Embiid is coming. Everyone's talking about Joel Embiid is not coming to the Knicks. It's not happening. It's not happening. Joker's not coming to the Knicks. That's not happening. Kevin Durant's not coming. LeBron is on his way out. He's not coming to the Knicks. Okay, so scratch that. Okay, who else? No one else is coming. Kyrie Irving's not coming. Luka Doncic's not coming to the Knicks. They're not doing no more deals with the Knicks with the Cavs. Since that Jalen Brunson deal happened, Mark Cuban's not touching the Knicks. Kawhi Leonard is a shell of himself, man. So I don't even know if he's a superstar anymore. Paul George is a shell of himself. All those guys are old, man. But the young guys like SGA, oh man, SGA is so good, man. 6'6", 6'7", man. Handle that pill. He's a beast. Knicks aren't getting him. OKC is not letting him go, especially with Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren. You see that team that they're building over there in OKC? They are not letting none of those pieces go. They're not going to make the same mistake they made with KD and all of them letting those cats go from Golden OKC. That's not happening. So they're building over there in OKC. Who else? There's nobody else out there. Greek Freak already locked in. He's not leaving Milwaukee, man. He's not. He's getting old too. One thing that I do think is a sleeper. Can I throw this out there to you guys? And I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm saying right now. This is a sleeper. This is a sleeper that I think can be done like a thief in the night. I could see this happening. If he's getting aggravated with how things are going down there, if he's getting really, really pissed off, you know who I can see coming? Because he said he wants to be here. He said he likes the lights. Zion. He wants to play with RJ. He said he loves it in the Garden. He loves it. He loves the energy. The only thing we got to do, I'm a big shouts to my man Knicks Nation, all the people from New York City who know what I'm talking about. We just got to keep him from coochie fritos. We got to keep him from the Jamaican spots. We got to keep him from over there. If Zion wants to come here, he can't have no beef patties. He can't have no oxtails. He can't have none of that. He'll go bananas. He's in Brooklyn. He'll start going crazy. That's the only thing we got to do with Zion if he comes here. Keep him out of Washington Heights up there. You know me, getting the rice and peas with the potatoes, pastelillos, some cheese flan, pasteles. All keep him away from all that. He'll be big as a house coming to training camp. Just being honest. But he has said he wants to play with RJ. That's his boy from Duke. And he wants to play in the Mecca. He wants to play in the Mecca. He's mentioned that. So that could be a sleeper steal that the Knicks do. Thomas Banks says, stay away from the midnight slices. I'm telling you, man. He'll be downtown on 34th Street or 42nd Street late at night after the game. Talking about, yo, let me get like 2 pies. Can't have that happen, man. Can't. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be out of control, man. Like, yo, what's up with Zion, man? He look like a big pun. What's going on? They said, yo, he was in the Bronx chilling the whole summer, man. He came back looking like Big Pun. That's what happened. Trust me. Krispy Kreme, yeah, everything, man. Everything. The whole New York City, man. Listen, man, we got to get him like a nutritionist. Soon as he get off the plane, I can see him telling him going to RJ, like, yo, man, yo, take me to the coochie frito. Like, yo, my man, we're not doing that. We're not doing that here. Keep him away from the halal guys, all that. Everything. But those are the two that I can see the Knicks sleeping and getting like a thief in the night. Devin Booker and Zion. Those are the only two that I can see happening. Outside of that, no one else is coming. And those young guys, those young players, those teams are not giving up those guys. The only mid-age guy, 25, that I can see the Knicks getting because he wants to be here is of course Spider. But I don't know, man. It's just that just seems like issues, man. I don't know why they're not really going too hard for Spider. It's some issue with that. I don't know, but you know, I don't know. That's the only one, because Spider wants to be here, so they don't really have to work hard to get Spider. So what I'm saying is that someone that we don't see coming, we don't see it. Zion and Devin Booker, that's who I think. Yo, Atlantic Lion, what's going on, man? Hope all is well, man. I appreciate you coming by, man. Please hit that like button. Atlantic Lions here. Yo, man, listen, sorry that you late, man. We rocking, man. Having a good time tonight, man. It's Saturday night, man. So that's what I think the Knicks. For me, that's what I see. If that could happen. But right now, with this team, the way this team is constructed, I love what I see, man. I really, really do. I really, really do. We just need a 3D wing, man. We just need those guys to stop being stingy, man, and give them up. That's why they're holding on to them, because they know they're gonna cost a lot of money. They know that, so they know they can land a guy. I'm gonna throw another name out there to you guys, right? I want to see how you guys feel about this. To see the possibility of the Knicks maybe pulling off this deal. And would you be okay with him being in New York? He's not a superstar. He's like a star. He's like a star. I mean, he has his moments. He's a star. He ain't a scrub. He's a star. I would say he's like a lower tier star. Brandon Ingram. 6'10". Could play the 3 or play the 4. Brandon Ingram in the Garden. I think that's a good look. Someone said Siakam earlier. Instead of Siakam, Brandon Ingram. At the 3, and you could put RJ at the 2. How do you guys feel about that? Knicks Nation said, nah. A lot of people aren't feeling Brandon Ingram, man. I just threw it out there. He's a 3D wing. He's big. He can score. He's shaky on D, though, man. Shaky on D. Sometimes he looks like he's asleep half the time. But when he wakes up, he's the goods. But that's the only thing we're missing, man. Jeremy Grant's expensive, man. Jeremy Grant's expensive, Banks. Very expensive. They caught on to him quick. He's in Portland still, right? Portland give him that big deal. Take a look here. If I'm correct, I think Portland gave him that big deal, man. He's 29, man. I think they gave him that big deal, man. It's big, too. 6'8", 6'9". Yep. They gave him that big deal, man. They gave him five years, $160 million. See what I'm saying? They lock these dudes in, man. They lock him in. And he's been traded all over the place, man. But then the league said, yo, we bugging. These are the guys we need to keep. 5 years, 160 with Portland. He's 29 years old. That tells you how valuable those guys are, man. That's the league. Any young player now coming up and playing hoops, I would tell him, if you're 6'4", 6'5", it's going to be hard to make it in the league, man. You can go, but it's going to be tough. If you're 6'8", you're 6'9", 6'10", oh, man, you're going to make a killing in the league, because that's what they love. They love length. Pause. They love length and athleticism. They love that. They love that. They love that, man. And that's where the league is going now. They love those long athletic wings who are like 6'8", 6'9", with like a 7 feet wingspan. who could defend, who could shoot. They could do it all, man. They don't have to average like 30 points. They could be averaging 17, 19 points, but they contribute to winning basketball. Because it's very hard to shoot over those guys. It's very hard to check them because they're so big. Pause again. It's tough, man. I'll take Randall over Jeremiah Grant. Yeah, because Randall's a force, man. He's a force. That's what he is. I mean, just be honest. But Grant could play, man. Grant could play. Yeah, Killer Dog's wilding, man. He be bugging out. I gotta chill on that, man. It's a great night, man. Great night. Knicks won tonight. Is a fabulous night, man. Fabulous night. One thing I will say, though, guys, if you guys are paying attention, the Knicks are starting to become a really good road team like they were last year. Playing really good on the road, man. Playing really good on the road. Big game Monday. Big game Monday against Minnesota. Minnesota looks good. Minnesota looks really good. That's a good test for the Knicks. We're playing at Minnesota, so that's a good test for the Knicks. We're going to be on the road. That really to me is what's going to show a couple of things, right? So I want to see hopefully RJ kind of get his rhythm back and he'll be ready to go because we're going to need him. We're going to need him to be RJ. It might get a little tough for DiVincenzo out there. They got some big guards out there, and of course they got big guys down low. You got to scan. Cat is almost like 7 feet. You got Gobert that's 7 feet. So they got some players, man. McDaniel, he's about 6'9". You got Ant. Ant. They call him Ant the next Jordan, which I think they're bugging. To me, he's more like Harold Miner. Nah, he's better than Harold Miner. But I'm just saying, everyone wants to call someone the next Jordan. He's chill. Ant-Man is nice, though. He's nice. So he's going to be a handful. They got the old, savvy vet, Mike Conley over there, man, running the show. And I think that's what changed things for him. Because remember, Conley was doing big things in Utah, man. He kind of was helping them. He's a stable, solid point guard, but he's an old, wily vet. I think Brunson's going to put on a show against him because he plays no D. So we'll see. It's going to be a tough one, but I think the Knicks could do it. But I'm gonna fix this up. But look at the schedule, guys. Look how well we did, man. On the last 6 games, we went 5-1, man. 5-1. Look at the offense that we put up. The offense, look, 126, 129, 116, 120, and 122, man. Look at the offensive production we got here. You got to kind of throw out the Boston game because RJ wasn't there, right? So that's why I throw that game out. And really, that game was a lot closer than what the score tells you. We lost 114-98, but Tatum went off in the fourth. He just was showing his superstar status, right? But I think if RJ is there, the game looks different. It really, truly does. And then I think the other kid, remember Hauser, he came off the bench. I think he had 20. He's not doing that every night. He's not IQ. So he just had a good night. But look at offensively how we've been rolling these last 5 out of 6 games, man. Look at what the numbers we're putting up. So yeah, man. So it's going to be big, man. It's going to be big. All right, but listen, guys, that's my show. I'm out of here. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I truly, truly do. It's a Saturday night, man. 10 o'clock. Everybody get some sleep, or if not, party. Do your thing. Saturday in New York City, man. There's no place better. But I appreciate y'all coming through, rocking with your boy LV, man. I'll be back Monday so we can talk about this win that I think we're going to get against the Timberwolves. It's going to be tough, but I think the Knicks could do it. All right, I appreciate y'all, everybody coming through. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. All right, and I thank you for rocking with your boy, man. I'm LV Live, and I'm out of here. Let's go Knicks. Peace.